Hey man, I just looked at the last video, a message to the viewers, and I didn't realize that it was only 1 minute and 25 seconds. It's supposed to be 13 minutes. So let's do this one more time. That's all I really want to do is just one more time, because I did it about 5 times before. I don't do it anymore. So my name is Darien Long, and Darien Long is the YouTube channel. You can search it out on YouTube on Security of One, all one word, or the LBI files, all one word. And then there's I guess in the favorite channel list there is each other's channels, if you find either one. Okay, so that's my name. Those are my sites. Here's my cheat sheet, just a little outline here. Why I stopped the vids? Well, there was too much publicity, and someone that was trying to do something for me suggested that I stopped uploading the videos, so I did. Why I started sharing the videos? Well, I didn't have any real idea of what viral meant. I mean, I knew it was like all over the place, but until I really tried to search out these videos, I had no idea they were all over the place, like Atlanta Mall Cop, ATL Mall Cop, The Advice Show. I had seen all those, and maybe on some videos on some newspaper, online newspaper pages, articles, however you want to, categorize it. But man, they're on 500, maybe more. I don't know, man. They're all over the freaking place, and I just didn't know it. Yeah, and for me to go on and why I uploaded this, I started reading all the comments: Kick-Ass Mall Cop, World Star, Hip Hop, ATL Mall Cop. I read them back then, but as I go from different site to site to site, and people are making comments and declarative comments and statements, and really don't have any idea what's going on, and they say it with such conviction, like this is true, like this is so, and they don't know anything about me, who I am, or what I've done, so or why I did it. So I started uploading videos, more and more videos, so they could see more of the things that I had to deal with. Some things I won't put up there. Some things are too personal to some people, and some things are not done for professional courtesy. So that's why sometimes the cops are edited out of the video. And plus some trade secrets are just that, the trade secrets, and you really don't need to know. We see also people didn't know about the police culture in the area, the criminal culture in the area, or the problems I had with the vendors sometimes, and the problems that I had with upper management, all trying to do things on their behalf to try to make business, better. I will say this, that the police can't do everything, that the city can't do everything. It's the vendors and the businesses in the area that also have to do some things to help make the community better. So the onus is not completely on the city. Some of the responsibility is also on the business community, and it's kind of odd. I'm not saying this particularly about the vendors that are in there, but some other vendors. I mean, some other businesses. You go home and you talk about the way these people act with such disdain, but you take their money, and then you ask the city to provide you protection from the people that you are taking money from, or you want to hire some private security person to protect you, to keep things reasonable and safe. Why? That's my biggest question. Why? Anyway, moving on. Why I had a camera? Well, the camera wasn't really there originally to capture crimes and people doing things. I had a little camera, and every time an incident happened, I would forget to hit the button, and so I wouldn't have that incident recorded. So I got a GoPro. Well, I already had my GoPros, and I just attached them to the vest, so the camera was always on, and the camera was there, to save me. Your word versus the video. Video killed the he said, she said, and really all you have is the cognitive distortion from the viewers. That is to say, how they view what they've seen. I covered what I'm willing to share. My thought on security agencies. Okay, in general, I believe security agencies do not provide security, just in general. The training is abysmal. It's laughable. It's a joke. Um, Sometimes it's just an 8-hour class, a 10-hour class, a 16-hour class. One particular security agency is 3-4 days, but you don't know anything after 3-4 days. And and not only that, but most security companies are more concerned about their insurance rates. So every time there's an incident, there's a possibility that their insurance can go up, and then they can price themselves out the market and eventually have to close. So really, it's about making money, not about security. I've worked a couple of posts where they wanted you to do absolutely nothing at all. You were there just to be a visual deterrent to possible theft. I worked for one security company. They got some cash flow problems, so I don't work with them anymore. But they were more worried about my camera, even though I told them they could own the video. But I'll keep a copy if there's an incident. And it wasn't any really high risk security. And we're talking about a warehouse, and watching some workers, work in a retail establishment after the business was closed. Just to stand there and deter theft. But everybody had a problem with the camera. Camera was, never mind that. But everybody had a problem with the camera, and that's amazing to me. In any event, because it protects you, it protects the company. That's the best liability protection there is, besides what's going on in the person's head and what they know. Anyway, security's a sham for the most part. That's what I'm saying, and that's probably why a lot of people think that security can only do is observe and report, and because most security companies, that's what they want you to do, and they sometimes actively dissuade you, or they fail to give you information because they don't want you to do anything, because it's all about the dollar. A question of my professionalism. People don't like the profanity, the me getting in their faces, the me yelling at people, the me threatening people with a taser. Think it's very unprofessional. I will say that a calm, detached, polite demeanor is desirable. However, in that climate of the police culture that was in the area, the criminal culture that was in the area, I didn't think it was possible. We always try to start out that way, but I'm not dumb. I know the kind of people I'm dealing with, and I did what I did. And they ran out the last 2-3 security guards. So what the hell? They didn't run me off. I was there for over a year, and a couple of vendors said I was the best security personnel that they ever had in there. So go figure. And I've worked for other companies and other vendors, and had people specifically requested I come back to their site, their apartment complex, their commercial site. Not only because of my presentation, because hell, I did the job, and they realized it when I wasn't there, and they wanted me back. So go figure. There's also a question about what I can and what I could not do. You couldn't threaten people with tasers. You could put your hands on people. I would tell people to review 16.3-24 and 16.3-24.2 of the Georgia Code. Then get back to me about what I can and cannot do. And the key word in there is likely. Likely is a very key word. It's a very important word. Law is all about the language, and likely is one of the words that you should focus on. Getting old here, sorry. Georgia Code. I had multiple goals when I came down there, but one of the things that I told the property manager is that I would solve his problem. I didn't say I would manage the problem, so that's what I was trying to do, solve the problem. You cannot be an oasis in the middle of a pile of shit. Your customers have to go through that, and they might not want to go through that. I mean, if you had to walk 10 miles through a desert to get to the water, would you do that, or would you just go someplace else where you didn't have to do that and get some water? Is that right here? I had competing ideologies. within me. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but some of them were in direct opposition to one another, and so sometimes it made it kind of difficult. I really had to navigate which was going on there. That's what I had to do. I had to navigate that. The criminal culture, the police culture, and dealing with the upper management. Now, me personally, I don't smoke weed, but I don't really care about it too much personally. But you do that stuff in your house, smoke it in your house. You want to sell it around your house. Don't sell it down in front of people's businesses. And all the rowdiness and the type of people who generally sell it. Not all people who sell it, but people who generally sell it, and their conduct, unacceptable. Plus, it's illegal at the time, and your patrons don't want to come do that, even be bothered with that. Now, when we're talking heroin or cocaine and its derivatives, and oxycodone and its derivatives and its various names, and hard drugs, nah. That's unacceptable. Not only the rowdy behavior, but those drugs are unacceptable altogether. Now, once again, you review the laws that are most favorable to the prosecution of yourself, and you act accordingly. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm not isolated about a whole bunch of things, because there's a whole lot of things that by black letter law that you can do, but now you have to weigh whether you should or should not do in the climate that you are operating in. And we'll leave it at that. I also take a hard line against theft by reception and sales of stolen property. People work hard for their stuff, and whether it's $200 or $2,000 or $3,000 or $500, they work to pay for it, right? And they may work, brought that thing at $8 at a time, or maybe $30 at a time, or maybe they're really doing well at $100 at a time. That's per hour. Minus taxes and Social Security and Medicaid, and it's theirs. And not only did you steal that object, but you stole the time that it took for them to get it. So, fuck you. And while I was there, though, I was doing a couple of things. I was protecting the Metro Mall flea market, and I was also subversive. I was also kind of undercover, doing some things there too. So, and I make no bones about it. I was doing a couple of things. I facilitated a lot of things, and because of my notoriety on the internet, a couple of things happened in downtown Atlanta. Some cameras that were promised in the area, came down there. I think they're down there now. A law was passed, city ordinance was passed, and that affects downtown Atlanta. Something about a drug-free zone, and Fox Market, that was shut down, and a lot of people sold drugs out of there, did drugs in there, and that place is gone. And I'm not sure if that guy lost his liquor license or not, but in any event, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Except I want you to make them world famous. Share this stuff, blow it up again. Not for the benefit of me, but maybe for the benefit of well, not maybe for the benefit, but for the benefit of downtown Atlanta. Just blow it up again, make it go boom. And because I'm not down there anymore, and I can't help them out anymore. And this is my last attempt. Now, I want to inject a little bit of humor at the end, because I always wanted to say this. I'm gonna quote T.I. They don't know who I is, so who I is, or who I was the rubber band man, wild as a Taliban, had a 9 in my right, taser in my other hand. I treat those suckers like the Apollo Now the Sandman. They was looking for a sweet lick, but that was the wrong place, man. It's a little bit of humor, and I'm not kick-ass. Anybody who dealt with me know that I'm not kick-ass. That was just something hung on me by the person who started the the fund for me. Well, I only kept $18,000 of that anyway. He got $5 grand. and not kick ass, as I'm not tough, and I hear use a bitch, use ain't shit. I'm like Red Man. I think that's my middle name, so I'll be that. But you understand my philosophy is I'll be all those things, and I'll win too. 'Cause I don't know how to be tough, and I don't know how to be kick ass, and I'm definitely not a bitch ass. But I do know how to win. I do know how to do that. And a lot of those guys down there slowly figured that out, that I did know how to win. And a lot of those guys, or some of those guys, don't know the things that I facilitated. I wasn't there when they got arrested. I didn't know they were getting arrested. I had no knowledge of what was going on. But best believe, in some small way, I had something to do with you getting arrested and going to jail because of the things that I facilitated. And that's it for me. I'm done. And see you later.